Okay, going to call this meeting to order. Short-term rental application appeal hearing, March 16th, 2026. I will ask Chander to do a roll call, please.
Right. Mayor Klopp.
Present.
Deputy Mayor Becker.
Present.
Councillor Group.
Present.
Councillor Harris.
Present.
I have regrets from Councillor Hessel. Councillor Lamport.
Present.
Councillor Sangster. Present. Councillor Walden.
Present.
And I have regrets from Councillor Whetstone.
Okay, thank you very much. We do have quorum. At this time, is there, give you a second here to open your packages. But is there, does anybody realize they have disclosure of pecuniary interest for this meeting? Seeing none, we will mark down that, but if something comes up, please notify our clerk. I will ask our clerk to have opening statement, please.
Okay. My name is Chandra Alexander, the clerk of this appeal hearing. The purpose of this hearing is that during the short-term rental licensing process, a property has been denied their application for a license. The property owners have appealed this decision. This hearing is to provide council with the information they need to determine acceptance or refusal of this appeal. All questions and discussion of council, applicants, and witnesses must be contained to the subject property and the specific appeal being heard. Council will decide on the evidence before it under the provisions of the Statutory Powers Procedure Act, hear and receive evidence from persons involved in the appeal of their denied STR license and any witnesses, render its decision in writing. The decision shall contain the reasons for the decision and will be provided to all parties or representatives who participated in the hearing. If any of the parties are not satisfied with council's decision, the decision can be appealed to a court of law. This is an oral hearing. Any written evidence or documents shall be submitted to me and entered as evidence. Anyone requesting a copy of the decision should provide me with their full name and mailing address if they have not already done so. And half an hour has been allotted for this hearing.
Okay, as the chair, again, we are meeting today to hear a short-term rental application appeal regarding 73083 Northridge Road. This hearing will begin with a statement from the manager of development services, including a review of the denial and the specific sections of the bylaw the denial pertains to. The applicant will then provide their statement, any evidence, and their ask of council regarding the denial. After both presentations, there will be an opportunity for questions to clarify any of the evidence submitted. Council will then make their decision or defer their decision to a future date. Can I have the applicant please confirm their attendance?
Present.
And your name, sir?
Josh Mejia.
Thank you. All right, at this time, I will have the clerk administrate the oath of the to the manager of development services and the applicant.
Okay. Aaron, can I have you repeat after me? Or do you solemnly affirm that the evidence that you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
Thank you. And Josh, same to you. Do you solemnly affirm that the evidence you are about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, at this time, I will ask Aaron Stewartson, the manager of development services, to provide a statement and submit any evidence. Now, will you be calling any witnesses?
I have no witnesses tonight.
Okay, thank you. Go ahead.
Good evening, Chair and Council. So the property 73083 North Ridge, this property previously had a short-term rental license in 2024. That license was not renewed prior to the expiry. In 2025, there was an application, but that application was rejected because it was not complete. There was some documentation not fully submitted. And in 2026 is this application that the owners have appealed. Northridge Road is, and I know the maps are in your package there. The Northridge Road turns, it does come from Highway 21 and turns at the intersection between itself and Ducharme Beach Road and goes north. Currently, there are, so Northridge has 17 properties on it, which allows for 3 short-term rentals. And currently there's one on this street plus this application. So this one would be the second on the street. The neighboring street, Ducharme Beach Road, which goes to the south from Northridge, has short-term rentals on it as well, and is the neighboring property at 73081 that is abutting 73083 Northridge that has a license as well. Open up for... No, I don't open for any questions.
Okay, that's your opening remarks at this time. Okay, I will now ask the applicant, Josh, to provide a statement and submit any evidence. You already did, or well, you have an opportunity now. And I also am wondering, are you going to be calling any other witnesses? Hello?
Hello? Hello?
Sorry, sir.
Sorry, cut off.
It's now, we, as I stated earlier, and it's okay, we'll just keep moving along. We won't have any questions right now to our staff. It's now your turn to submit your arguments. And I also am asking you, are you providing any other persons to speak today?
No other witnesses today.
Okay, go ahead and state your argument.
So the reason why we were late is the owner had a death in the family and she had to travel to India, and she actually wasn't back until January, which is why we couldn't provide that till the end of January. So that was like the main reason.
Oh, is there any other information that you want to say at this time?
No, not really, because as long as it should have been 15% to our knowledge. So this would have been, this is only the second property. We'd like to know if we could extend it or if we could have an exception to that.
That is your ask? That's
Yep.
Okay. All right, council, you've heard opening statements. Do you have any, to the applicant, do you have any questions to the manager of development services?
No, not at this time.
None at this time? Does the
No.
does the manager of development services have any questions?
I do not have any questions for the applicant.
You don't have any at this time? Okay, thank you. Council, any questions to either our staff or the applicant? Councillor Lamport.
Sure. To Aaron Stewartson, through you, your worship. Oh, I guess we aren't doing this. It's a committee. Sorry. Quick question. So you mentioned the license at 73081, but I'm looking at a document that says it's denied.
So I'll clarify that, and I should have clarified that in my opening remarks. 73081 and on your map you see 73063E are both the same property. So that property has a license for, it has two dwellings on it. It's the cottage towards the lake that has a license. So it's still abutting the neighboring property.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, if I could just clarify then, I think I can ask this question, but is this the one we had a,
Yes.
okay.
Yeah, there was an appeal for this
Okay.
a couple months ago.
Okay, so the property at 73081 has two buildings on it. And that's why it's denied. But you're saying it's abutting because it has one down on the beach level. Is that a bluff? Lower?
Yes, it is lower.
It's lower in a way. Okay. And a question probably more for the applicant. Nothing was stated as to what we're looking at is a document that was submitted by a Paul Bedard. And nothing has been stated yet, Josh, as to yours. Are you the owner? Are you representing? Who are you that's speaking to us?
Josh, you can answer the question?
Yep.
Did you hear the
Sorry.
question?
No, I didn't. Can you repeat it?
Yeah, so it's Councillor Lamport. I'm just wondering, in the document that we see is an application put through by a Paul Bedard and a different, I'm not sure your status. Are you the owner of the property? Are you a representative for the property?
We're the representative for the property. Paul Bedford is the property manager.
Okay, so you work for the same company that Paul is who submitted
Correct.
the document? Okay, thank you.
Correct.
Thank you. Bedford.
Okay, go ahead, Deputy Mayor has the question.
The application is for this house cottage on North Ridge Road, not on Ducharme Beach Road. So it's two different roads we're dealing with. So this should be a separation from the rental units on Ducharme Beach Road. It shouldn't be influenced by the 73081. I don't feel.
Do you want me to clarify that it is
You
two?
go ahead, you have a
Yeah,
comment?
you're right. It is two streets, right? And 73083 is directly ahead from Northridge as you head west for it and before it turns north. The properties, yes, they are two different roads, but they are abutting and be similar if it was two streets where the properties are back to back. It's similar situation to there.
Okay, Councillor Groot.
Okay, thanks. Probably a little further question to Councillor Lamport's for Aaron. So if I'm looking at 73083 there, and we're looking at 73063E. So if you drew an imaginary line down to the south side of 73083, it is going to be, like, as it hits the bluff here, we're going to see a separation there.
Correct. The property lines aren't true east and west there. They do jog a little bit. The 73063E juts in towards, like, the property line juts in towards to the one we're talking about, behind it a little bit. Yeah, the trouble is the bylaw doesn't give any leniency towards, it just says abutting is abutting, really. It doesn't give any leniency towards in situations like this, because essentially you're right, it is down the hill. 63 is down the hill, right?
Yeah, if I could follow up with one more, but fair enough, Aaron, thanks. So where these lots abut is down at the bottom of the, well, I guess they abut at the top because it's one long lot.
You are correct. Yeah.
But where the rental is at the bottom. Okay,
Yeah.
sorry, just drawing a picture in my own mind there. Thanks.
And Councillor Harris? Who are you asking the question to?
Yes, I'm gonna ask Aaron Stewartson just a question. So help me understand 73081 and 73063E are owned by the same person and are the same property, just two different 911 addresses.
Correct.
So then we have 73063 D and 73063C. Is there multiple cabins on that property and it swings around in an L shape, or what is that?
No, so those properties to the south of 73063E, those are all individual properties. I think there's 5 there. They're just addressed as there is a laneway that comes from Ducharme Beach Road. And that's why their address is A, B, C, D, and E, is because they come from the same point of 73063 off Ducharme Beach Road, which is a little bit off the map below.
If I can continue. So 73075 is its own entity. And then there's different properties to the west of it. But 73063, which has the same 911 number as the bottom two, is the same lot as 73081.
Correct.
Okay, I may have another question, but
Did you say the same lot as 73081?
Yeah.
Okay. Councillor Sangster?
Thank you. Can you pull up the GIS for it? Cause that's a lot clearer to see the property
Yeah, I'm just loading it up here. Give me-
and it has the natural features on it too, so.
Counselor Groot? Counselor Groot?
I wonder if Councillor Sangster has a question with the GIS map or,
You know.
okay,
It's just to clarify where the property lines are, cause you can't see it through the trees.
okay.
Yeah.
I'll carry on with my question then. So I think further to Councillor Harris's question there, I guess I was kind of building that same formulation in my mind, right? We've already, like the one to the south is already abutting. And I think to Aaron's verbiage here a few minutes ago, our verbiage of abutting doesn't have any language in there that would separate one at the lower bluff or upper bluff. And I believe that's the kind of the road we went down last time. It would be difficult to, in my mind right now, it'd be difficult to not have this one on the north side. We've kind of set this ground rule already on the south side.
Okay, any further questions? Craig, Councillor Lamport, sorry.
So just following up with what was just stated, I'm just more or less making a statement. I'm in agreement. We had the discussion, lengthy discussion, when the other two properties, 73081 and 73063, came up, and they actually looked for double license, and we said no, but we did give the separation between high and low, the bluff, essentially. So in this particular case, the property's on Northridge, and we already know there's not enough, it's not represented by too many properties that have STR licenses. So the only issue is abutment to the land, which 73075 and 73063E have an abutment to the land. So I'm of the same opinion. I think we have a hard time denying the license. And I probably would be in the position to grant it.
I have one question that I don't believe has been asked yet. And this is to the applicants. As part of this process, we have stated a few times this question, so hopefully it's not a surprise to you. But have you talked to your neighbors about your application? That you're are they in favor? And it's just doesn't have to be scientific. I'm just asking the question. Have you talked to your neighbors about this application, and have they made any comments to you? This is to Josh.
Hello?
Hello, did you hear the question?
Yes, I did. To my knowledge, no, we haven't spoken to that neighbor.
Oh, okay. And this is to our staff, to Aaron. You said it was renewed and was not renewed in 2024. That was our first year of short-term rentals?
That is correct. 2024 was year one.
Did prior to that, would we have had any anything from noise disturbances from this property?
Nope, that's a point. There, we have no bylaw complaints for this property.
Okay, I'm going back to the applicant, if I may, counsel. How long have you're representing the owner? How long have they owned this property?
For about 4 years now, to my knowledge.
Okay. Thank you. Council, is there any further questions? Is council prepared to is a counselor prepared to make give a direction here by way of motion for discussion and voting on? Councillor Lamport?
I'm going to make a statement first, but I am prepared to make a motion. My statement is more for the applicant, just so you're aware. Please talk to your client. The excuse for not getting a license is not really a valid excuse, despite, it's unfortunate they had a death in the family, but that's never reasoning behind that this committee would look at. The committee is looking at the situational evidence, not what took place. So just have your client keep that in mind.
For sure. And last year we didn't get a license because the property was being renovated.
Okay. And then, so I'm prepared to make a motion. Actually, do we have pre-written ones for us? If you could help me out to grant the license, it's going to come up here. Okay, so that council approves the appeal request to consider 73083 Northridge Road a short-term rental, allowing a license to be issued for the property.
Sorry, I did not have my mic on. I apologize. I try to turn it off so I don't interrupt. When we're having Zoom, it's a little harder to hear everybody. Okay, I asked for a, did you hear Councillor Lamport make a motion? Josh?
Yeah, I did hear him.
Okay, and then I've asked for the vote, and I'll do it again so you hear it. All those in favor of the motion? Any opposed? Motion carries. So you've been granted your right to have a short-term rental of license. Okay. At this time, council, I will council's made a decision. So if anybody wishes to receive a copy of this decision in writing, please ensure you have you're registered with the clerk. This hearing is now adjourned at
5:51.
5:51. Thank you very much. Meeting adjourned.